traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1627th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Good evening, traders. Again, the 1627th installment of these educational videos is coming at you on a Monday night for Trading Tuesday, June 6th, 2017. Before we get into the topics on the board, let me remind you that futures trading is extremely risky, causes substantial financial loss, is certainly not suitable for all traders, and you must use your stops. Put stops in first. Never trade without a stop. Now, there are rumors that stops don't always work, so if you put a stop in a very illiquid market, lumber, let's say, or, butter, you put a stop in a very illiquid market, you're going to get what you asked for. But if you put your stops in a very liquid market, like any of the markets we speak about on this board every day, you shouldn't have much trouble with your stop getting elected right close to its price. So put your stops in, know the risks behind this game, and let's get moving. So what's going to happen for trading on Tuesday, June 6th? Well, right off the bat, we start off with a red Omni in the Russell 2000. Russell giving an absolute sell signal to the Omni, and we are going to go after it. So, Russell 2000, short-term Omni sell signal for trading Tuesday morning, Monday night to Tuesday. Crude oil. The hunt remains on, and boy, we've been doing well in crude, and we're going to continue to sell crude. I'll show you the charts. Lee Beswick. Lee Beswick is a YouTube subscriber. Lee, thank you so much for your questions. I promised each and every one of you that if you leave questions on my YouTube video as a comment down below here, if you leave a question, I will answer it in my YouTube videos. And Lee Beswick, I am going to answer your question about the GDX. So I'll show you some charts on GDX. I'll show you some charts, of course, on the Russell. We're going to look at some crude charts. My charts are great. You're going to love them. Sit tight. Pull up a chair. I'll show you what's coming. Traders, I teach you the art of Oscar's market navigational indicator, the Omni. I teach that to you here in private lessons held in Las Vegas. I've got a class that is coming up in the end of August. It is the last weekend of August. It is called Omni Camp. If you would like to participate, only 5 members are allowed to come out per class, and only 4 classes per year. Most of the times we do 3. If we want to push it, we'll do 4. And the reason is I don't want to teach this craft to too many of you. So I hand choose 5 of you at a time, and I allow you to come out to Vegas. If you would like to be one of the 5 chosen for this August, come on down to livewithoscar.com, click the Omni Camp banner, fill out a quick application, and come hang out with me here in Las Vegas. If you'd like to see testimonials about the last traders or any of the traders that have ever come out to Vegas, I've got video testimonials on my website for all of the graduates who've been out to OmniCamp. If you'd like to see what they have to say, come look at the site and see what the graduates say about our OmniCamp. All right, traders, so with no further ado, let's go look at the red arrow. Let's go look at the Russell crude and see what Lee Beswick is talking about with the GDX. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Traders, Russell 2000's giving an Omni sell signal. And I know it might not look that way to you, but each time we get one of those Omni sell signals, it turns out to be when the market does come off a little. So we have one here, and we had one here, and we had one here, and we had one here. Now, I'm not going to say that we trade all of these perfectly, because I'd be lying if I said that, but we sure did get signals there. Another one here, which led into a bear flag, which then led into a drop, and now we've got another one of those signals right here for trading tomorrow on Tuesday. So we'll see. We're expecting the Russell to come off at least for one more day, and maybe 2. We'll see what's going to happen. Now, I will say that generally pullbacks don't last for very long. You only get a couple of days and it heads right back up. So don't get happy with the downside, but it looks like we will see a little bit of downside, at least tonight, leading into tomorrow. And that's what we see in the U.S. indices, leading the Russell leading the way, and the other indices will likely trade in the same manner as the Russell. Then you've got crude oil traders. You've seen this chart in many videos. You will see it in many more videos because a few weeks back when we were here, I called for the price of 37. Omni called for the price of 37. Now, when we were here, we were at 52, and Omni literally gave me the guts to say we would see 37 before we see the price of 57. The distance from here to here is much easier to get to than here to here, but Omni makes me bold enough to tell you we will not see 57 before we see 37, and this is what happened since. So far, absolutely correct Omni has been. That's where we stand, heading down here at some point in time. Should happen by the time the year rolls over into next year. So the end of 2017 into the beginning of 2018 is when we'll see the 37 mark. But let me blow up this exact same chart. Exact same chart. Right shoulder blown up of the head and shoulders. Once again, crude oil. You can see that the Omni average seems to have topped out the market here and here. You can see by my little Pac-Man. And we started to drop, and now we're in this channel, and I say it starts to go. Nothing goes straight down. Nothing we prescribe as a short will go straight down. But we do expect, over time, crude will reach its target of 37. And that's why I've been showing this to you in video after video. Let's move along. Traders, YouTube subscriber Lee Bestwick. Lee, thank you so much for your participation. Lee says, Oscar, GDX looks like it's forming a long-term pennant. Do you think it will break up or down? So, right off the bat, the first thing I want to look at is the abstract analysis here, and that would be the 200 bar moving average, which this is right here, and what's been happening with the gold mining stocks, which is the GDX. These are gold miners. We run up to the 200 bar average, miserable failure. Run up to the 200 bar average, miserable failure. Run up to the 200 bar average, we don't know what's going to happen yet. But I can say, from last year into this year, you do not seem to get above the 200 bar moving average in your GDX. Now, if you wanted to just trade gold instead of gold miners, and I think gold is a much easier play than our gold mining stocks, let's look at the gold chart because that's up next. Now, gold is different. Gold above the 200 for now. It tried to get above once before but failed. I like this attempt much better, and this is in the form of an F flag. Why I like this attempt much better is last time we got above the 200, Omni was down here, 200 was up here. Now, look, they have converged underneath the gold market in the form of an Oscarism known as an F flag. I think that's fantastic. I like what I see. Omni would be a buyer of dips in gold moving forward, unless, of course, we take out the F flag on the downside and get below these two averages. Until then, Omni will be a buyer of dips in gold, traders. Come on down to livewithoscar.com. Remember, fill out your OmniCamp applications. This way you can be part of the class who's coming in August 2017 to learn about the Omni. So, traders, you've seen the charts. You've got my technical argument for why we are looking at crude for the downside, starting off selling Russell with the red Omni, and the difference between the GDX ETF and the gold market itself. I would say, Lee, you're probably better off trying to call the gold market technically than trying to call that ETF. Anyway, just wanted to answer your question. Now, traders, there are only 5 tickets to OmniCamp, and they're going to go very quickly. If you would like to come out here and learn the Omni, come to the site as soon as you can, livewithoscar.com. Fill out your OmniCamp applications. I'll get in touch with you. Everybody else, come join me, livewithoscar.com. Free trading room, no credit cards required. Just come on down to livewithoscar.com. Give us a valid email address, create a username, and that's it. You are in my trading room. I'll see you there. With no further ado, I'm getting the crap out of here. It's time to go back to work. Traders, remember, keep your emotions out of trading. I know that is not easy, but try this. Say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. omnicamp.com. I will see you at OmniCamp in August. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.